Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Berg and today we have the top 10 unexplained sightings caught on camera. Now these are 10 things ranging from the paranormal, the alien, or just the plain strange that some people say have never been fully explained. Do you guys have the answers for these? Let's find out as we get into our number 10, the Cumberland Spaceman. In 1964, Jim Templeton was visiting Burgh Marsh in Cumberland, UK with his family. He stopped to take some pictures of his daughter, but when he later went to get the pictures developed, he was astounded to see what looks like an astronaut of some kind standing just a few meters behind his daughter. Now Jim swears that when he took this picture, he saw nobody else around. The company that developed the picture, Kodak, they confirmed that the picture was genuine and had not been tampered with in any way. So, did he really snap a spaceman? Well, some say he did, but others say that it was just his wife. The reason Jim couldn't see her is because the viewfinder on that camera only shows about 70% of the total frame. As for her strange appearance, well, that is apparently down to overexposure, which changed her blue dress to white. At number 9 now, we have the ghost of Freddie Jackson. In 1975, Sir Victor Goddard, a retired RAF officer, published a picture of his squadron who served in World War I. But something strange was spotted on that picture. On the back row, behind the fourth sailor to the left, you can clearly see what looks like a ghostly face. Members of the squadron identified that face as that of Freddie Jackson, an air mechanic who had actually been accidentally killed by an aeroplane propeller just 2 days before the photo. His funeral had actually just been held on that day. So his face was identified by many of those who knew him, and an investigation found no apparent tampering with the photograph. Sir Victor, who published the picture, said that after looking at Freddie's smile, it seems as though his ghost wasn't even aware he was dead at all, and it still showed up for the photo as planned. What do you guys think? Trick of the light or oblivious ghost? Next up at number 8, we have the Jameson family disappearance. This is a weird one. In 2009, Bobby and Sherilyn from Oklahoma, USA disappeared along with their daughter Madison. The family had reported that spirits of a dead family had been haunting them in their own home and that their daughter had even made contact with them. Their pastor told investigators that Bobby Jameson had also bought a satanic Bible to ward off these beings. On October 8th, the day they disappeared, the family's own security camera captured this footage showing them moving things from their house to their truck. They didn't appear to be speaking or even acknowledging each other in any way at all. They made over a dozen trips but didn't seem to communicate. Even the little girl was like in this daze. It was really weird. When they drove out of shot, they were never seen again alive. 8 days later, police found their abandoned pickup truck with their phones, IDs, $32,000 in cash and their starving dog inside. 4 years later, the family's bodies were found by hunters less than 3 miles from where they left their truck. The cause of death was never identified and nobody knows what exactly they were doing on that security footage. Coming in at number 7, we have the night crawlers. This footage comes from 2007 when security cameras captured these strange creatures walking across someone's yard at night in California. These things were first filmed in the city of Fresno, which has given them the name the Fresno Aliens. Some people think they are extraterrestrial creatures known as night crawlers in certain Native American beliefs, and that they came to Earth to help awaken us and bring harmony between humans and nature. But other people aren't convinced though, and they say it's just a big pair of pajamas being pulled along a washing line with wires. Like that. Once you watch it again with that in mind, it's pretty hard to see it any other way. What do you guys think? Next up at number 6, we have the Black Knight satellite. These pictures of a strange black object orbiting Earth were taken by a NASA shuttle in 1998. People claim that it's an alien ship that was first spotted in the 1950s but could be thousands of years old. It had supposedly been beaming signals to Earth for many years and had been sent by an alien race to watch over us. More recently though, footage from Jacksonville, Florida appears to show a very similar looking object hovering in the sky. The explanations that have been given for these sightings range from it being space debris to a lost thermal blanket that broke off the NASA space shuttle. Moving on to number 5, we have the floating Russian girl. This footage from Russia went viral when it hit the internet. It appears to show someone filming in the woods just taking their dog for a walk. Then the camera pans to the right and they see a very strange sight. A little girl in a red jacket hovering over what is presumably her mother. After a few seconds of this, the dog barks and this seems to startle the pair, who then run off into the woods. At first glance, there doesn't seem to be anything holding her up at all, so that leaves video tampering. Was that the cause? Because of the poor quality of the video, it's actually quite hard to tell if someone has manipulated this film in any way. Some people swear that this is totally true what you're seeing and you really have got a floating girl in your hands. But is the girl floating herself, or does the mother have telekinesis and she's the one picking her up? You can find the clip on YouTube to draw your own conclusions. Next up at number 4, we have the Hampton Court ghost. Hampton Court Palace in the UK is over 500 years old, and the centuries of deaths and violence it has seen has caused some people to say it's the most haunted place in the country. But for all of those years, the many reports of ghosts were just words, just stories. Nothing was ever actually recorded, but that all changed in 2003. CCTV cameras had caught sightings of a pair of fire doors that were burst open every day for seemingly no reason. Then one day it happened again, but they also saw this. Who was that figure? Some call this tall, dark, hooded creature Skeletor. So was Skeletor just a member of the public that slipped past all the other cameras, or was it one of the many ghosts of Hampton Court? Coming at number 3, we have Tears of Crystal. This video from 1996 appears to show a 12-year-old Lebanese girl called Hasna Mohammed producing crystals from her eyes. Now Hasna said that one day at school she just felt a bit of discomfort in her eye, and that's when she found her first crystal. The family said she produced about 7 crystals every single day from her eye for about 9 months. The crystals were analysed and confirmed to be totally real and not glass that had just entered her body somewhere else and exited through her eyes. Skeptics say that Hasna just inserted the crystals behind her eyelids and then popped them out on demand, but others argue there is no way a 12-year-old girl would just do this 7 times a day for 9 months just for a little bit of attention. What do you guys think? At number 2, we have Lars Mitten. In 2014, 28-year-old German Lars Mitten was on holiday with friends in Bulgaria. After a night of beach partying, he got into a fight with some football fans, damaging his ear badly. He then went to a McDonald's with his friends and walked outside. When they came out, he was gone and didn't return till the next morning. Lars told them he had got into another fight with some Russian men who were apparently hired to beat him up. They were concerned for him and took him to a hospital for his ear injury, for which he was given antibiotics. The doctors said he had to wait behind while his friends flew home because his eardrum was perforated. So after his friends left him in Bulgaria, he started texting his mother in a paranoid state, saying he didn't feel safe, that there was men coming to get him and she should even cancel his credit card. The next day, he went to the airport, visited the doctor's office there and became very anxious and started muttering things. Before the doctor could calm him down, Lars just ran. The footage you are seeing now shows him leaving his luggage and just running out of the airport. These are the last known images of him before he jumped over the fence and ran into the woods, never to be seen again. Nobody knows what happened. Nobody has seen Lars since. Some say it was the drugs that sort of damaged him a little bit. Some say it was a brain injury from his fight, but others claim he witnessed some gangster activity that he wasn't supposed to see. And finally at number 1, we have the Phoenix Lights. On March 13, 1997, thousands of people living in Phoenix, Arizona saw lights in the sky. Witnesses reported that a huge V-shaped UFO passed over in the sky. Thousands saw the same thing, with some estimates saying it was the size of several football fields. Even the governor saw it, later calling it otherworldly. Witnesses said it was silent and totally black, blocking out all the stars behind it. Now despite thousands of people seeing this event, there are only 4 pieces of footage from that night. Now remember guys, this was still a few years before video phones really took off. The military said these lights were simply flares used for target practice that night, but this goes against a lot of witness accounts, leaving people with the footage, the pictures and their own opinions to form. Well guys, I want you to take all of your thoughts on these pictures and videos and leave them in the comments below. Now whether you support them or want to debunk them, everyone is welcome here at Most Amazing Top 10. My name is Danny Burke. You can find me and follow me in the description box down below, and I'll see all you guys in the next one.